Capricorn, stop what you're doing right now. Before we dive deeper, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Every second you spend listening to this message is an investment in a life-altering awakening. You are entering a stage where no one can manipulate you anymore, and understanding this is your key to freedom, power, and unstoppable clarity. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that all the subtle pressures, hidden influences, and manipulations you've faced in life no longer work on you. That friend who always tried to guilt you, that family member who played mind games, that boss who subtly undermined your confidence, none of them can touch your center anymore. This is a stage few reach, Capricorn. It's a stage of clarity so powerful that it changes the way you navigate every decision, every relationship, and every opportunity. Think about a CEO in New York who survived multiple betrayals within her own boardroom. Every day, whispers, secret alliances, and manipulative tactics surrounded her. Most would have crumbled under the pressure, but she had one secret, an unshakable connection to her own discernment. She noticed patterns, understood motives before they were acted upon, and never allowed her energy to be hijacked. Over time, her company thrived while others around her fell victim to the very traps they tried to use against her. Capricorn, this is exactly where you are being positioned right now, to rise above manipulation and claim autonomy in a world that thrives on control. Even in the Bible, the story of Daniel in Babylon mirrors this awakening. Daniel was placed among enemies, surrounded by people plotting to undermine him, yet his clarity, integrity, and spiritual alignment made him untouchable. The king himself recognized it, as did his peers, and Daniel thrived in a place where others were destroyed. Capricorn, your own life is moving toward a similar stage. People may try to control you, deceive you, or pull strings behind your back, but your clarity and discernment will neutralize them before they even act. Consider Oprah Winfrey, who faced years of manipulation and exploitation early in her career. People tried to control her, to define her, to limit her potential. Yet she recognized it, took control of her life and her narrative, and eventually built one of the most powerful media empires in the world. Capricorn, you are stepping into a similar energy, an era where external influence loses its grip, and the power of your intuition, experience, and discernment becomes undeniable. This stage you're entering is not just about surviving manipulation, it's about becoming immune to it. Imagine a historical figure like Cleopatra, who navigated the treacherous politics of ancient Egypt. Every ally was a potential enemy, every conversation a potential trap, yet she survived and thrived because she could read people, discern motives, and act decisively without letting fear or influence cloud her judgment. Capricorn, that same ability is awakening in you. You are entering a level of awareness that will leave manipulators powerless. Even modern celebrities provide a reflection of this energy. Taylor Swift, for instance, fought to reclaim ownership of her music. Many people assumed her power was limited, but she used insight, strategy, and foresight to take control of her life and career. Capricorn, the universe is aligning circumstances for you to do the same, to reclaim control of your narrative, your finances, and your destiny from anyone or anything that seeks to manipulate you. Let me tell you about a young professional in London who was caught in a manipulative work environment. Every step she took was scrutinized, every success questioned, every word twisted. Most would have burned out or quit, but she chose a different path. She documented interactions, observed patterns, and relied on her own inner guidance rather than external validation. Soon she exposed the manipulations, gained promotion, and became untouchable in a space that had once sought to control her. Capricorn, this mirrors the stage you are entering, a stage where insight and intuition make you immune to deception. The awakening is subtle, yet profound. You may feel it as a quiet confidence, a sense of knowing without needing proof, a detachment from the opinions of others. People who once swayed your decisions will notice a change in you, the ease with which you refuse to be influenced, the way you act without hesitation or doubt. Capricorn, this is not arrogance. This is alignment with a level of awareness that cannot be shaken. Look at the biblical story of Joseph. Betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused and imprisoned, yet he maintained clarity, integrity, and faith. Because of this, he rose to power in Egypt, becoming a savior to many. Capricorn, your life is entering a similar trajectory. Those who have attempted to manipulate you, deceive you, or control you are being rendered powerless as you step into your truth, your discernment, and your spiritual clarity. Even in history, leaders who were aware of manipulation thrived where others fell. Abraham Lincoln navigated political opposition and betrayal during one of America's most turbulent periods. His clarity, moral center, and insight into human behavior allowed him to make decisions that changed the course of history. Capricorn, this is the level of clarity you are entering, a place where even the most cunning manipulations around you have no effect. Let's bring it closer to home. Imagine someone in your own life, a friend, a colleague, or even a family member who subtly tried to control you. Perhaps they underestimated your awareness, your intuition, or your ability to see motives before they were acted upon. Capricorn, this stage you are entering ensures that their efforts will fail. Their influence will bounce off your new clarity like water off polished stone. You will navigate interactions with a new level of precision, awareness, and power. Think about the young entrepreneur in Nigeria who had to navigate dishonest partners, late payments, and betrayal from someone he trusted implicitly. He realized that the only way to survive and thrive was to rely entirely on his discernment, to observe without bias, and to trust his inner guidance. In the process, he uncovered opportunities others could not see and turned challenges into unprecedented growth. Capricorn, this is the path now opening for you, challenges turning into blessings, because manipulation no longer holds sway over your life. Even in celebrity stories, we see the same pattern. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson navigated Hollywood with countless agents, managers, and studios attempting to control his image and decisions. Yet he achieved untouchable freedom because he relied on intuition, clarity, and understanding of the industry's hidden dynamics. Capricorn. The universe is preparing you for this kind of untouchable energy. People who once influenced your decisions, your emotions, and your actions will no longer have any power. The awakening you are experiencing also has a spiritual dimension. Just as Daniel thrived in Babylon and Joseph rose in Egypt, you are moving into a stage where divine insight, intuition, and clarity guide your decisions beyond manipulation. People can no longer trick you, deceive you, or control your energy. Capricorn, the universe is clearing the path for you, showing you who and what aligns with your truth, and exposing those who are out of alignment. Even in everyday life, subtle shifts mark this stage. You will begin noticing lies before they are spoken, deceit before it manifests, and manipulations before they are enacted. A friend who seems kind may reveal their true intention without you needing proof. A contract may show hidden clauses that you instinctively recognize as harmful. Capricorn, this is your mind and spirit operating at a level of clarity that cannot be manipulated. And the most important part, you will notice the transformation within yourself first. A sudden confidence, a sense of calm, an inner knowing that guides every decision. Those who once influenced you will feel the shift and wonder why their tactics no longer work. Capricorn, this is your awakening. It is quiet, yet undeniable. It is invisible, yet powerful. It is the stage where no one can manipulate you anymore, where your decisions are guided by insight, not pressure, and where your life begins to move according to your clarity, not others' influence. Even historical figures who faced constant manipulation reached pinnacles of power only after mastering this stage. Cleopatra, navigating treacherous politics and personal betrayal, survived because she could discern truth from deception instinctively. Abraham Lincoln, faced with intense political manipulation, rose because he acted with moral clarity and insight. Capricorn, your life is aligning with the same principle, untouchable awareness in the face of attempts to control you. The real test of this awakening is subtle but transformative. You will encounter attempts at influence, but your reaction will be instinctive, clear, and powerful. People may try to guilt you, shame you, or pressure you, but the stage you've entered ensures these attempts fall flat. Your intuition is heightened, your discernment sharpened, and your ability to act independently is absolute. Capricorn, this is the essence of your new phase, unshakable freedom in thought, choice, and energy. Even in the smallest details, this stage will manifest. You may notice colleagues acting differently, friends testing boundaries, or family members attempting subtle control. All of these efforts will fail because your clarity precedes their intentions. The energy around you is shifting, you are no longer vulnerable to the tactics that once moved you. Capricorn, you are untouchable in ways most people never experience. And the deeper truth, the one most won't see coming, is that this awakening is not just protective, it is prophetic. The clarity you now possess will guide you toward opportunities, relationships, and decisions that would have been hidden or inaccessible before. Every person who once tried to manipulate you is now a reflection of what you have mastered: discernment, independence, and alignment with your true path. Look at the young professional in London again. Every manipulative act he faced became a lesson, a stepping stone, a revelation. By the time he overcame the obstacles, his life trajectory had shifted so dramatically that even the people who tried to control him could not imagine the level he had reached. Capricorn, this is exactly the stage you are entering, a stage where hidden intentions cannot touch your path and unseen opportunities open because you see the world clearly. Even in celebrity stories, the narrative repeats. Taylor Swift, Dwayne Johnson, Oprah Winfrey all faced attempts to limit their power, to define their choices, to manipulate outcomes. Yet each reached a point where manipulation no longer worked. They became untouchable in their respective arenas. Capricorn, the universe is aligning the same way for you. The clarity you now feel is preparing you to navigate life in a way that others cannot comprehend. The awakening is both protective and expansive. People who once influenced your decisions will no longer have access to your energy. Opportunities you missed in the past will appear with clarity, and relationships that were once toxic will naturally distance themselves. Capricorn, your life is entering a stage where everything aligns with your insight, your intuition, and your power. Even in biblical examples, this stage is clear. Esther navigated a manipulative court with courage and insight, becoming untouchable in her influence and pivotal in changing the course of her people's history. Capricorn, your current awakening mirrors this, a moment where discernment, clarity, and divine alignment render manipulation powerless. And as you notice this shift within yourself, Capricorn, you will see the people around you responding differently. Friends, colleagues, family, some will step back, some will attempt to test your boundaries, but none will succeed. Your energy, clarity, and insight create an invisible barrier that cannot be breached. You are entering a stage where your independence is absolute, and your life begins to unfold according to your awareness rather than the expectations or influence of others. Even in history, those who mastered this stage transformed adversity into advantage. Cleopatra, Joseph, Daniel, Abraham Lincoln all thrived in environments where manipulation was constant because they became immune to it. Capricorn, this is exactly the stage you are entering, a stage where awareness, discernment, and insight protect you, guide you, and position you for breakthroughs that others cannot even imagine. Your awakening is subtle, yet the consequences are profound. Every manipulative attempt you faced, every hidden agenda around you, every person who tried to control your choices will fail because you are operating at a level of awareness and clarity that cannot be undermined. Capricorn, the universe is orchestrating events, aligning people, and revealing truths that will solidify your independence. And the most powerful part, this is just the beginning. The stage you are entering will expose hidden opportunities, reveal unseen paths, and position you in alignment with forces that were once inaccessible. Every challenge, every subtle attempt to influence or control you will now work in your favor, reflecting the mastery you have achieved in navigating manipulation. Even in real life, countless individuals have reached milestones only after mastering this stage. Entrepreneurs, leaders, celebrities, and spiritual figures all demonstrate the same pattern. Recognition, awareness, and alignment render manipulation powerless and unlock levels of freedom and opportunity previously unattainable. Capricorn, you are entering this realm right now. The stage is active within you. You will notice subtle shifts in perception, clarity in decision-making, and an inner knowing that guides every step. People will attempt to influence, but your awareness will intercept before it takes effect. Capricorn, this is your untouchable phase, a space where insight, discernment, and intuition protect and guide you. And just when you think you understand the full scope of this awakening, Capricorn, the universe will reveal something even deeper. Hidden patterns, concealed truths, and unseen forces that have quietly shaped your life are about to make themselves fully known. The stage you are entering is more profound than you realize, and the full extent of your freedom, clarity, and untouchable power is about to be revealed in ways that will shock, inspire, and awaken you completely. Capricorn, if you are ready to step even deeper into the power you've been awakening, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell now. Every second you spend with this message will sharpen your perception, heighten your discernment, and open doors that others have no clue even exist. What you're about to hear will touch your life in ways that feel like prophecy, because the universe is aligning you for clarity, protection, and unstoppable breakthroughs. You are entering a stage where subtle forces, people, and circumstances that once influenced you are now powerless. The energy around you has shifted. Where manipulation used to find purchase, now only transparency exists. It's not arrogance, Capricorn, it's the result of unseen preparation, experience, and divine alignment. Think about the countless times in your life when someone's hidden intentions affected your choices, the friend who subtly sowed doubt, the colleague who misrepresented facts, the partner whose actions didn't match words. All of them will soon feel your unshakable insight. Consider the story of a tech entrepreneur in Silicon Valley. He had vision, talent, and relentless drive, but early in his career, investors tried to push him into decisions that weren't aligned with his values. He followed their advice once, lost millions, and nearly walked away from everything he built. But he didn't give up. He studied patterns, noticed hidden agendas, and began to rely entirely on his own discernment. Years later, he created a company valued at over $1 billion, not because he had blind luck, but because he learned to recognize manipulation before it could touch him. Capricorn, this is the stage you are stepping into, seeing the truth before it is revealed, neutralizing influence before it acts. Even in biblical stories, this stage is echoed. Joseph, betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery and falsely accused, could have been broken, but he understood patterns, discerned truth from deception, and remained aligned with his purpose. Eventually, he rose to a place of unimaginable authority and influence, guiding entire nations through famine. Capricorn, your life is moving in a similar trajectory. People or systems that once controlled you are being neutralized by the insight you are developing. Look at history for more parallels. Cleopatra survived political intrigue and betrayal that would have destroyed most rulers. Every move she made was calculated, guided by insight and awareness. She could read motives before they became actions, and she thrived in an environment filled with manipulation and hidden agendas. Capricorn, the universe is now giving you a similar advantage, an ability to see, understand, and navigate forces that are invisible to everyone else. Celebrities demonstrate this pattern too. Oprah Winfrey faced exploitation, control, and manipulation early in her career. She endured years of pressure and influence from people who wanted to define her narrative. Yet she reached a stage where her clarity and discernment made her untouchable. Decisions that once seemed impossible became clear. Choices that once would have been influenced by others became entirely her own. Capricorn, that level of freedom is being activated in your life right now. Even the seemingly small, everyday forces you encounter carry lessons for this stage. The subtle lies told by a coworker, the passive-aggressive remarks from someone close, the delays and obstacles that appear without reason, all of these are tests. They are designed to awaken your discernment, sharpen your intuition, and prepare you for a level of clarity where manipulation cannot survive. A young trader in Lagos, for instance, faced constant betrayal from partners who misrepresented facts and hidden debts. He learned to observe, document, and trust his instinct over external assurances. Eventually, he turned what felt like financial ruin into a thriving enterprise. Capricorn, your life mirrors this energy. Every attempt at control around you is now preparing you for unshakable mastery. The awakening you are experiencing is subtle but absolute. It manifests as a calm confidence that doesn't need external validation. People who once influenced your choices will notice a difference, perhaps even before you do yourself. Where you once hesitated, you now act decisively. Where you once questioned your own judgment, you now trust it instinctively. Capricorn, this stage is your untouchable phase, where influence and manipulation fall flat before they even reach you. Think about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who navigated Hollywood's manipulative networks with countless agents, managers, and studios attempting to dictate his career. He faced rejection, betrayal, and sabotage. Yet through insight, awareness, and understanding of hidden patterns, he became untouchable in his industry. Capricorn, your life is entering this same realm. You will see manipulation, understand the motive, and act with clarity that renders attempts to control you powerless. Biblical examples show the depth of this awakening. Daniel, placed among enemies in Babylon, survived because he discerned motives and patterns before anyone else recognized them. His wisdom, insight, and clarity protected him from schemes and elevated him to a position of untouchable authority. Capricorn, your life is moving toward a similar pattern. Your awareness and insight are creating an environment where manipulation has no effect, and clarity guides every decision. Even historical leaders faced similar trials. Abraham Lincoln navigated betrayals and political manipulation during the Civil War, yet his moral clarity and insight allowed him to make choices that transformed a nation. Capricorn, this is your stage, where insight and discernment make you untouchable, where invisible forces cannot mislead you, and where clarity becomes your armor. Every subtle manipulation in your life is now revealing itself. You may notice friends testing boundaries, colleagues attempting control, or opportunities appearing and disappearing in strange patterns. Capricorn, none of these attempts will succeed. Your discernment intercepts before influence takes hold, your intuition guides your decisions, and your awareness ensures that you move free from the hidden currents that once controlled you. The story of Joseph shows the prophetic nature of this awakening. Betrayed, imprisoned, and overlooked, he saw truth where others saw chaos. He acted with clarity, insight, and alignment. Eventually, the forces that had sought to control or destroy him became instruments for his rise. Capricorn, the same principle applies to your life. Every attempt to influence you, every manipulation, every subtle deception is now being converted into a pathway to clarity, power, and breakthrough. Even in modern entrepreneurship, these patterns persist. Consider Elon Musk's early failures. Multiple ventures collapsed, partnerships failed, and external influence threatened to derail his vision. But through discernment and insight, he recognized patterns, neutralized manipulations, and acted decisively. Capricorn, your life is entering this stage where similar insight will guide you, where external pressures will fail, and where clarity will position you for unprecedented success. Every challenge in your environment is now a lesson, a signal, and a preparation. Those who tried to manipulate, deceive, or control you are revealing themselves in ways that you will now recognize instinctively. Capricorn, this stage of untouchable awareness ensures that hidden agendas and subtle schemes cannot shape your path. They are visible to you before they manifest. Even in celebrity stories, we see these same patterns. Taylor Swift, for example, reclaimed control over her music, navigating contracts, management, and industry politics with insight and discernment that rendered manipulation powerless. Capricorn, the universe is aligning the same energy for you, the ability to neutralize attempts at control and to navigate life with clarity and foresight that others cannot access. Your awakening is not just protective, it is prophetic. The clarity, discernment, and awareness you now possess will guide you to opportunities, relationships, and breakthroughs that were previously hidden. Every person who once attempted to influence you, every circumstance that tried to hold you back, now contributes to a path of clarity and empowerment. Capricorn, you are stepping into a stage of life where insight is your weapon, awareness is your shield, and nothing can manipulate your energy or direction. Even in everyday life, this stage manifests subtly. A colleague may try to manipulate you, you see it before words are spoken. A friend may attempt deception, you notice the energy before the act occurs. Capricorn, this is the mastery you are stepping into, where influence has no effect, and where every hidden attempt at control becomes a reflection of your growing power. Consider the young entrepreneur who overcame betrayal in Lagos. Every manipulative act, every hidden agenda became a step in his awakening. When he finally claimed mastery, opportunities appeared that had been invisible before. Capricorn, this is the level you are now accessing. Hidden currents that once threatened your path are now aligned to your advantage. Even historical and biblical figures demonstrate the same truth. Cleopatra, Esther, Joseph, Daniel, Abraham Lincoln, each thrived by seeing beyond manipulation, acting with clarity, and trusting insight over influence. Capricorn, the universe is orchestrating the same principle for your life. Your discernment, insight, and alignment now render manipulation powerless, and the stage is set for opportunities that will leave others bewildered. Every subtle energy in your environment now reveals itself before it can act. Friends, colleagues, and partners who once influenced or controlled you now encounter a Capricorn who is untouchable in perception and action. Your awareness intercepts before deceit can manifest, your insight neutralizes influence, and your decisions reflect clarity rather than pressure. Even celebrity examples confirm this. Oprah Winfrey, Dwayne Johnson, Taylor Swift all reached untouchable levels of influence by mastering discernment and insight. Capricorn, the same energy is activating within you. Every hidden attempt at control, every manipulation, every subtle influence will now work for your awakening, not against it. The stage you are entering is subtle but absolute. Every manipulation you've experienced, every hidden agenda you've faced, is now a tool for insight. Capricorn, your clarity neutralizes influence, your awareness intercepts deception, and your intuition guides decisions that others cannot comprehend. Even everyday signs will reveal this power. Delays, unexpected challenges, subtle betrayals, all of these now provide clarity instead of confusion. Capricorn, you are no longer a target for manipulation. You are a force that cannot be moved by the hidden currents around you. And here is the most intense truth. What feels like small victories now is a sign of something much larger. Hidden opportunities, unseen alliances, and unexpected breakthroughs are aligning in ways that will change your life forever. Every attempt at manipulation is being converted into a stepping stone for untouchable clarity, unstoppable freedom, and prophetic insight. Capricorn, you are entering a stage where no one can manipulate you anymore, and the universe is preparing to reveal the full scope of this awakening in ways that will shock, awaken, and empower you. Every subtle movement around you, every hidden current, every person who tried to influence your life is now part of a larger plan that positions you for unstoppable clarity, power, and insight. The unseen forces that once challenged you are now converging in alignment with your awakening. People who tried to control or deceive are now mere reflections of your mastery. Opportunities that were hidden are about to reveal themselves. Capricorn, your life is entering a stage of unshakable awareness and untouchable clarity, and what is about to unfold will leave the world wondering how you saw it coming. The shifts around you are no longer subtle. They are deliberate, prophetic, and preparing you for breakthroughs that only those who are awake can recognize. Every manipulation, every hidden attempt at control, every energy that once threatened your path is now being neutralized. Capricorn, the stage you are in is far beyond ordinary perception. Even real-life examples confirm it. Entrepreneurs, leaders, and visionaries who mastered discernment transformed betrayal, manipulation, and control into opportunity, freedom, and unshakable clarity. Capricorn, the same energy is activating for you. Your insight, intuition, and awareness are now untouchable shields, and your life is about to reveal truths, opportunities, and alignments that will leave others stunned. Every subtle move, every hidden intention, every invisible attempt at control is now visible to you before it acts. Capricorn, this is the essence of the stage you are entering: untouchable awareness, unshakable insight, and a life aligned with prophetic clarity that transforms hidden challenges into stepping stones for your ultimate breakthrough. The universe is orchestrating events, aligning people, and exposing truths in ways you are only beginning to see. Every friend who once tried to control, every colleague who misrepresented, every hidden force around you is now powerless in the face of your discernment. Capricorn, your awakening is active, unstoppable, and preparing you for revelations that will change everything. The clarity within you now surpasses ordinary perception. Every subtle attempt at manipulation will fail before it manifests. Every hidden agenda will reflect your mastery rather than control your life. Capricorn, you are entering a level of awareness and insight that renders manipulation meaningless, and what is about to unfold will reveal opportunities, truths, and alignments previously invisible to you. Even as you notice the subtle shifts around you, the full impact is only beginning. Capricorn, every energy, every intention, every hidden current that once influenced your path is now converging to reveal a reality you were never able to see before. And the moment these alignments manifest, it will feel like everything around you is suddenly shifting in your favor, in your awareness, and in a way that will leave everyone else wondering how you navigated what they could not. Capricorn, pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and as you do, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell. This message you are about to hear is not just another video. It is a revelation, a turning point, and a prophetic guide for the stage of life you are entering. What you're about to experience will feel like someone has whispered the truth of your life into your ear, because the universe is aligning circumstances and people around you in ways that only your awakened awareness can perceive. You have arrived at a moment where subtle influences, manipulations, and hidden agendas are no longer capable of steering you. Every pressure that once tried to control you, every whispered expectation, every carefully concealed ploy is dissolving before your very eyes. The energy around you has shifted. This is a stage where the clarity you possess becomes a shield, a compass, and a sword. Consider a young woman in Los Angeles who worked tirelessly at a major marketing firm, constantly undermined by colleagues who would subtly sabotage her efforts. She noticed patterns, documented inconsistencies, trusted her intuition, and soon, not only was she promoted, she became untouchable in an environment that once thrived on manipulation. Capricorn, this is exactly where you are being positioned, a place where subtle forces can no longer operate unseen. Think of the biblical story of Esther. She lived in a palace surrounded by people who sought to manipulate, intimidate, and control her, yet she saw through hidden intentions, acted decisively, and shifted the destiny of an entire nation. Capricorn, your awakening mirrors this. Your discernment is not accidental, it is divinely orchestrated. Those around you, even those closest, may still operate from old patterns of influence, but your insight now allows you to navigate with absolute freedom. Look at historical figures who thrived in environments filled with manipulation. Cleopatra faced constant betrayal, political schemes, and hidden threats, yet she not only survived, she ruled with unmatched authority. Her power came from understanding motives before actions were taken, seeing through deceit before it manifested, and remaining untouchable in clarity and strategy. Capricorn, the same energy is awakening in your life. People who have tried to control or mislead you will find that their influence no longer reaches your center. Even celebrities demonstrate this principle. Oprah Winfrey, through years of manipulation, exploitation, and limitation, eventually reached a stage where she could not be controlled. She trusted her insight, her inner guidance, and her discernment, and from that clarity she built a media empire. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson navigated contracts, Hollywood politics, and management pressures by relying on his instincts and insight, becoming untouchable in his domain. Capricorn, your life is activating the same untouchable clarity. Every attempt to influence you, whether subtle or overt, is now visible before it can touch you. Consider a young entrepreneur in Lagos who faced deceitful partners, hidden financial traps, and betrayal. By trusting intuition, documenting patterns, and acting decisively, he not only survived but transformed challenges into unprecedented opportunity. Capricorn, the universe is preparing you for this same stage, a moment where clarity intercepts influence and turns it into advantage. The awakening you are experiencing is multi-layered. It is psychological, spiritual, and practical. You will notice a quiet confidence, an instinctive understanding of motives, and a sense of timing that others cannot access. Friends, colleagues, and even family members may test boundaries, but their attempts will fall flat because your awareness now acts before they can even execute manipulation. Capricorn, this is your untouchable energy in motion. Biblical stories echo the same awakening. Joseph, betrayed, sold, and imprisoned, maintained clarity and insight that elevated him to power. Daniel in Babylon discerned deceit and remained aligned, becoming untouchable even among enemies. Capricorn, these are not just stories, they are reflections of your current trajectory. The people, situations, and patterns that once dictated your path are now being neutralized. Historical leaders show the same pattern. Abraham Lincoln navigated manipulation, betrayal, and intense opposition during the Civil War, yet his moral clarity and insight allowed him to make decisions that transformed a nation. Capricorn, the stage you are entering is equivalent, a space where discernment, intuition, and strategic insight make you untouchable. The very forces that once attempted to control you are being redirected to support your awakening. Even in the most ordinary situations, subtle tests are now passing you by. A friend's passive-aggressive behavior, a colleague's subtle lie, unexpected delays, all of these are now signals you perceive clearly. Where others are manipulated, you act with freedom. Where others hesitate, you decide with confidence. Capricorn, your clarity is now a shield that no manipulation can penetrate. Consider the young professional in London again. Every attempt at influence, every subtle betrayal, became a lesson, a guide, and a stepping stone. By the time mastery was achieved, he was operating on a level that others could not imagine. Capricorn, this mirrors your awakening. Hidden currents that once threatened your path are now aligning to your advantage, creating an environment where insight leads and manipulation fails. Even in celebrity stories, this pattern repeats. Taylor Swift reclaimed her music and navigated contracts and management in ways that neutralized manipulation. Oprah Winfrey built a media empire after mastering discernment. Dwayne Johnson became untouchable in Hollywood by understanding patterns invisible to others. Capricorn, your own life is now entering this same realm. Every hidden influence around you, every subtle attempt to control, is being neutralized by your awakened awareness. The awakening is not just protective, it is prophetic. Every insight you now have, every recognition of patterns and motives, guides you toward opportunities that were previously invisible. People who tried to manipulate or control you are now instruments of your awakening. Capricorn, the clarity you are developing is positioning you for breakthroughs that will feel as though the universe itself is conspiring in your favor. Even everyday energies now act as markers. Hidden intentions are revealed before they can manifest. Subtle manipulations fail because your discernment intercepts them. Capricorn, the power you are stepping into is absolute. It protects, guides, and positions you for opportunities unseen by others. The story of Joseph illustrates this clearly. Every betrayal, every hidden act of manipulation, every challenge became a stepping stone for his rise. Capricorn, the same is happening in your life. Your discernment now converts attempts at control into opportunities for insight, freedom, and alignment. Even modern examples reinforce this principle. Entrepreneurs like Elon Musk faced repeated setbacks, betrayal, and attempts to influence his vision. By trusting insight and understanding hidden patterns, he navigated manipulations and achieved untouchable clarity. Capricorn, your life is activating the same principle. Challenges are converting into breakthroughs, and manipulation is being neutralized before it even arrives. Every hidden force, every subtle attempt at influence, every energy that once shaped your decisions is now exposed to your perception. Capricorn, this stage of life is untouchable, prophetic, and filled with opportunity. Those who once manipulated, deceived, or controlled you are now powerless in the face of your insight. Even in everyday life, subtle indicators mark this awakening. Colleagues testing boundaries, friends manipulating subtly, delays and challenges, all of these are intercepted by your clarity before they affect you. Capricorn, the stage you are entering is unshakable. Insight protects, awareness guides, and intuition directs in ways that render manipulation irrelevant. Real-life examples show the power of this awakening. Entrepreneurs, leaders, and celebrities all reached untouchable stages by mastering discernment. Every betrayal, every challenge, and every subtle attempt at control became a tool for clarity and advancement. Capricorn, your life is entering this stage now. Insight and intuition are your untouchable shields, and opportunities are being revealed that others cannot perceive. Every subtle attempt at control is now visible. Every hidden agenda is intercepted. Capricorn, the essence of this stage is absolute, untouchable awareness, prophetic insight, and freedom from influence. Hidden challenges become stepping stones. Subtle manipulations are converted into opportunities. Your life now unfolds under clarity, power, and alignment that is invisible to most. The universe is orchestrating events, aligning people, and revealing truths. Every person who tried to control you, every hidden pattern, every subtle influence is now powerless in the face of your discernment. Capricorn, the awakening is real, unstoppable, and preparing you for revelations, opportunities, and breakthroughs that will redefine your life. The clarity within you now surpasses ordinary perception. Every subtle attempt at manipulation will fail before it manifests. Every hidden agenda will reflect your mastery rather than control your life. Capricorn, this is the stage where insight, awareness, and alignment create an environment where nothing can influence or control you. Even as you notice the shifts around you, the full depth of this awakening is only beginning. Every hidden force, every subtle energy, and every person who once influenced your path is now aligning to reveal a reality that will shock and empower you. Capricorn, what is about to unfold is beyond ordinary understanding, a prophetic alignment of freedom, clarity, and untouchable insight that will leave the world wondering how you navigated what they could not see. Every subtle current, every hidden agenda, and every energy that once moved unseen around you is now visible, navigable, and aligned with your awakening. Capricorn, you are entering a stage where your discernment is absolute, your insight is prophetic, and your freedom is untouchable. The universe is aligning circumstances, revealing hidden truths, and preparing you for a breakthrough that will redefine your life. Even real-life examples show the same pattern. Entrepreneurs, leaders, and visionaries who mastered discernment transformed betrayal, manipulation, and hidden challenges into freedom, opportunity, and unstoppable clarity. Capricorn, the same energy is now activating in your life. Every attempt at manipulation becomes a stepping stone. Every hidden current becomes a guide. Every challenge is transformed into a breakthrough. The stage is now fully active within you. Every subtle influence is intercepted before it touches your path. Every manipulation, hidden agenda, or attempt at control fails before it manifests. Capricorn, your life is entering a realm of prophetic clarity, untouchable insight, and unstoppable freedom, and the revelations that are about to unfold will shock even those closest to you. The final truth, the one that only a few can perceive, is that this stage is more than just awareness. It is mastery, it is insight, it is the universe aligning every hidden force, every subtle current, every person who once influenced or controlled you to work in your favor. Capricorn, the awakening you are experiencing now will reveal opportunities, truths, and alignments that leave the world questioning how you saw it all coming. The people who tried to manipulate, deceive, or control you are now powerless. Every hidden agenda, subtle attempt, and unseen force is being neutralized. Capricorn, you are entering a stage where untouchable awareness, prophetic insight, and absolute clarity guide every step, and what is about to unfold will leave everyone around you astonished, wondering how you navigated what they never even saw. The energy is shifting, Capricorn, and you can feel it. Every manipulation dissolves before it manifests. Every challenge now serves your clarity. Every hidden pattern, unseen agenda, and subtle influence is now aligned with your awakening. And just as the first signs of dawn hint at a sun that will rise fully, the revelations, breakthroughs, and untouchable power that are preparing to manifest in your life are beyond what you have imagined. The forces that once shaped your life unseen are now becoming instruments of your awakening. Every person, circumstance, and hidden energy that tried to control or mislead you is now powerless. Capricorn, your life is entering a stage where prophetic clarity, untouchable insight, and unstoppable alignment will reveal truths that leave the world wondering how you always knew, how you always saw, and how you always acted before others even realized. The moment is here, the stage is set. The unseen currents are aligning in your favor. Capricorn, your awakening is not just real, it is unstoppable, prophetic, and untouchable. And the full scope of what is about to unfold in your life, the revelations, opportunities, and breakthroughs, is something that will leave everyone, including you, in awe, as the hidden patterns finally reveal their true purpose in shaping your unstoppable destiny.